St. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm just kidding, it doesn't really hurt. It actually kind of tickles. Now, Alistair Overeem said he does not do predictions. BADR HARI said he did a prediction 30 years ago on the second Overeem versus BADR HARI fight. He predicted that he would knock him out, which he did. But both of these men said they're not going to do a prediction. Thank you, baby. And since they're not going to do a prediction, I'll do them the favor and you guys the favor of doing a prediction for them. Keep in mind, guys, I'm already 3 out of 3 predictions. I'll link them down below. This will be my 4th prediction. And I'm over 99% confident that it will go the way I'm saying. I don't just talk out of my butt, okay, guys? I've been doing martial arts since I was 4. And I've been involved in everything from judo tournaments, taekwondo tournaments, MMA tournaments, karate tournaments, you name it. So that said, I have a lot of experience, and this is how I'm able to predict fights. I've also been a bouncer for over 19 years in Mexico, the most dangerous city in the world, Acapulco. Been a bouncer here in Holland, all over the country, and I've been a bouncer in Los Angeles. So I've seen a lot of fights, and I've seen a lot of people's nervousness and a lot of people's attitudes before the fight. There's a lot of things that go into me predicting a fight, guys. You know, I really research everything I can as thoroughly as possible. I have notes here that I'm gonna go over with you guys. Okay, so here we go. Let's start. I'm leaning forward like that so that my butt and my legs are completely against the wall, making me be in a real full splits. Okay. Okay, here we go. Overeem says he feels good to be back in Holland. He seems very genuine and honest, and he seems very relaxed, like he always is. You know, Overeem doesn't look all that much different attitude-wise. He just seems very, very confident, genuinely confident, and also very relaxed, which already says a lot to me, just that in its own, okay? He says he feels excited, strong, in shape, and geared towards victory, that they're geared towards victory. I also saw another interview where he very confidently said in Dutch that he's gonna win. You know, very confident, like it ain't no thing, like he's super sure he will win. And part of the reason is because he says that BADR is a wounded animal. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, BADR on the other hand said, yeah, a fight is a fight. Smiling, nervous, fidgeting a lot. Like, I've never seen BADR HARI this nervous. Like, if you see the interview, guys, he's like, usually he's serious and trying to intimidate and this, that. But this time, he's like smiling while he's talking. That's one. And he's looking down. So he's smiling, looking down, and fidgeting with his hand, like nervous, like every time he talks. You know, that in itself already tells me a lot as well. All of these things matter, guys. Keep in mind, all of these things before a fight matter. It really does. The mental warfare aspect of it also matters. How you feel matters. Now, 4th, wounded animal. So, Overeem goes to say that BADR's had 7 years of bad luck, and that he's a wounded animal, and that and then BADR countered that saying that his last 7 years have also not been so great. But there's a difference, guys. See, the difference is this. See, BADR has always traditionally cared more than just fighting. Andrew Tate once said, not long ago, he said that he knew that Khabib would beat Conor because Conor cares about cocaine, women, money, businesses, being famous, other things, going to parties, and Khabib is just like, pray, train, pray, train, pray, train, Allah, train, right? Like, how can you beat that? Good point, you know? He also went on to say that dorks are the best fighters, but that he means that like real good fighters don't care about nothing else other than fighting. Now, if you guys watch Overeem, he's had a little girl for years now. There's a video of him talking about what he eats and how he trains. And he basically says every day he gets up, trains, sleeps, eats, trains again, sleeps. That's what he does. Sleep, train, sleep. He's got 1 kid and he's not the type to be out in parties, sniffing cocaine or any of these other things. And Alistair Overeem also does the Wim Hof training, which is the reason why you guys will see that BADR looks older than Overeem, even though Overeem is older than BADR. Overeem is in his early 40s, BADR's in his late 30s. Overeem looks better, like he looks stronger. If you guys see the interview, look at them guys, like look at BADR's arms, look at BADR's face, compare that with Overeem. Keep in mind guys, I'm a BADR HARI fan, I'm not even an Overeem fan, but I'm speaking here as a martial arts master, a lifelong fighter and bouncer. I'm not speaking here as a fanboy. I'm speaking here on facts and evidence and my fight IQ and everything else. This is what I'm basing it on, you know. And keep in mind, I've seen both of these guys' fights, like older fights. Okay, now it just, you know, the Wim Hof concept is basically training in the very, very, very cold. He's in Holland. He's also a Dutch guy. He's called the Iceman, and Overeem is doing that kind of training, you know. And he also goes out of his ways to do other forms of training, which is how I think he will knock out BADR HARI. I will say that at the very end of the video. So stick to the end of the video, guys, so I can tell you guys the technique and everything that he's gonna use. Okay. Now, okay, going on. BADR says a fight is a fight. It can go both ways. Yeah, of course. But Overeem is saying he's gonna beat him with supreme confidence. Again, that's also another thing that already tells me a lot, you know. Overeem says, I will win. When they asked about BADR's mistakes, and this is another reason why I'm sure BADR will lose, because he did the same mistake the last time he lost against Adam Gruzosek. So he says, it's not good to stay stuck in yesterday's worries. Hold on, how can that be? If you don't learn from yesterday's mistakes, you're bound to repeat them. The definition of insanity, and I've said this before on the last prediction that I was writing, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And yeah, I'm not saying they're insane, I'm saying that's the definition of insanity. You guys do what you want with it, make up your own mind. In this era of opinion and feelings, everybody's got their own opinions. I'm just laying down facts, guys. The only thing here that will be an opinion until the fight happens will be my prediction. Everything else I'm saying here is pretty much facts, I think. Okay, keep going. Number 6. Overeem says he's bringing the complexity of UFC MMA to kickboxing. The mindset and the work ethic from MMA to kickboxing. And he says also he's done it before, he will do it again. Because, you know, when he started kickboxing, he already also had some MMA, or he did some MMA while he was kickboxing. So he's just basically saying he's repeating history. And keep in mind, guys, history does tend to repeat itself. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. So keep in mind, before I keep going about that work ethic thing, what he's bringing, or what he means by that, or what I think he means by that is the following, guys, right? In America, people train way different than in Holland. I've trained in America and I've trained in Holland. I've also trained in Mexico. So I know the differences. Over there, there's, in America, they emphasize on things that we don't emphasize here and vice versa, especially when you compare kickboxing to American striking, you know? The way we train here is really like if you guys see the sparring thing between Jeff Chan and a Dutch guy not long ago, he sparred a Dutch guy here, he came on vacation, sparred a Dutch guy there, you guys will see the difference. Like, American fighters will try to like be fast, quick with those jabs, and they're not necessarily always going to throw the combos like we do here. Like for example, here we'll go, typically if we go with left jab, we'll throw a right low kick. If we go with a right straight, we'll throw a left kick. Because when you punch like that with a straight, and then you bring this leg up, it's gonna be more or less where your hand is, your leg. And Americans tend to do it the other way around. They'll go jab and then kick with left. Or they'll punch with right and then kick with right. These are some of the differences, and now I'm talking about the advantages that we have here versus there, right? But one of the advantages they have over there is the kicking, for example, the side stance, the front kicks, the fast kicking that comes from karate and taekwondo training, which the level of taekwondo and karate over there is much higher than here. So, and in MMA, they have the mentality of really being open-minded to new ideas. And this, in this sense, Overeem has evolved as a fighter over the years. And BADR HARI hasn't. BADR HARI is still the same old fighter from back in the days. He has not evolved, he has not adapted. The only difference is he's older, he's not as fast, and he doesn't have the same knockout power. Nor does he have that mentality of I've got nothing to lose, I'm ready to die in the ring. He's got kids now. I mean, having kids affects some people and other people it does not. Like, it affects some fighters, especially fighters that are not used to having kids. Keep in mind, BADR is not used to having kids. He recently had kids, so after his 30s, right? I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure on that, but I'm pretty sure it was after he hit 30 that he started having kids. Now, Alistair Overeem has been having kids for I don't know how long, and he's used to fighting and having his kids with them. And again, Overeem doesn't care about not much else other than fighting, guys. It's just the way it is. And keep on going with number 7. Yeah, BADR said, listen to this. BADR said, because I asked him about his fans, and he said that he really owes it to his fans, or it's because of his fans that he is that he's still fighting. If it was not for his fans, he wouldn't be fighting, he said. So you can give opinions if you want. That's why I'm looking at you too. He said that he's fighting for his fans. And it's not just his fans; he's also fighting for his kids. He's also stated this before. One of the reasons I'm fighting is for how do you call that? To be remembered as like, you know, a guy who never gave up, who kept going. Basically, you know, he's fighting for his name, but he's not necessarily fighting because he can't think of nothing else other than fighting. You guys know what I'm saying? Like Overeem is thinking in a different, more realistic, more prepared and an evolved way. Like I said, he's evolved over the years. So he's fighting for his kids. Overeem is fighting for glory, right? Literally glory, you know. So another thing Overeem said is that he's in shape. He's very proud and excited to be back in Holland. Keep in mind, the guy was like over 10 years in the US fighting UFC, and he'd rather be here than there. Another Dutch guy that also lived in the States, had houses in the States just for work, but lived here actually, is Roger Hauer, but he's an actor, so it's a different thing. He's not training constantly, so he lived here and only went down there for work and went back and forth. So there's a lot of Dutch people that are very proud to be Dutch, and even though with this crappy weather, they rather live here than live somewhere else. I don't get that because, you know, honestly, that's not the same way I think. If Mexico wasn't so violent and so dangerous, I would still be there. I would not have even moved here. But that said, he's happy, excited to be here, and he's gonna have all his family and friends with him, and it's gonna be a really good day, he says with a smirk. Like, the guy is super sure he's gonna win. He's so confident that it's beyond me, you know. And I guess it's the same for BADR. He's faking confidence. I've never seen him laugh and smirk like that, dude. But from my experience, guys, and what I've seen at the doors, and the people I've dealt with, a lot of times when people smirk like that, they're nervous. It's like a defense mechanism, you know? So yeah, and keep going on. Overeem also said that Rico Verhoeven is a fake champion because he has not defended his belt in a year. Which he has a point. I did a prediction on a different channel, on Viking Samurai's channel, and I've had some beef, but if you guys want to check out that video, I did a prediction on the Rico Verhoeven Overeem fight. I basically was predicting that Overeem would win. But basically, Overeem said he's going to beat BADR, and then he's going to go for Rico and beat him too. With that kind of confidence. And I don't see BADR Hari saying these kind of things. BADR Hari is only focused on surviving this one fight and winning this one fight. And Rico Verhoeven is looking like he's just going to pass BADR, and he's looking for the title shot with Rico. And then after he beats Rico, I'm assuming not long after that he wants to call it quits. But without a doubt, Alistair is going to bring new things to the game here. Whoever thinks, you know, that because he got knocked out by Francis Ngannou, that he's got like, a lot of people say CTE, like he's messed up, like he's not the same fighter. I disagree, guys. The fact that he got knocked out by Francis Ngannou only makes him less afraid of BADR Hari. If BADR Hari fought Francis Ngannou, BADR Hari would be knocked out faster than how Overeem got knocked out. Keep that in mind, guys. So, and that said, Overeem has already been through the worst of the worst at the moment. There's nobody more superhuman than Francis Ngannou at the moment. Like, really, that guy is a freak talent with his hands. His kicks suck. His kicks are terrible, but his hands, guys, Jesus Christ. Okay, nobody punches harder than him right now, so he's the realest heavy hitter right now. And I just don't see BADR as a heavy hitter anymore. He just lacks that kind of power. I will end this with this, the prediction. So this is my prediction. I'm 95% sure that Alistair Overeem will knock BADR HARI out with a front kick. Either a karate front kick, like a jumping front kick to the face, or even a front kick to the body is also possible. So I think either one of these techniques, front kicks, because he's been practicing front kicks a lot, guys, like in America with karate instructors, or I think maybe even went to Japan, or the people he trained with spoke Japanese. He had to get it translated. And they were just working on front kicks for hours. The guy's front kick is fast. And BADR HARI's got a history of getting beat with things that come straight. BADR tends to fight like this. Don't forget that, guys. He tends to cover the sides. He's a lot more worried about things that are coming at him circular, and he tends to not be so good defensively. So my prediction is Overeem is going to catch him slipping with a front kick, either in the first round or second round. I don't think it'll go to the third. And this, unless of course BADR HARI gets injured before this, then this won't happen. The second option that I see Alistair Overeem beating BADR HARI with is a left hook or a knee. Again, a knee is straight. But the only thing that is not straight that I see him catching him with is the left hook at some point. But I put my money in over 95% that he will use this front kick, and that he will succeed with this front kick eventually and just catch him slipping. This is my prediction. It's not only based on all the research I've done on both of these guys, it's also based on my feeling a little bit. I just keep seeing a front kick for some reason. So we'll see how that goes. And I will load this video up shortly before the fight. I'm not gonna load it up right at this moment because well, Glory directly is complaining about my videos, and I know BADR HARI's trainer is watching my videos, and I know Remy Podjaski watches my videos, so I don't want to give anybody a heads up with my prediction because I was already right a few times, and I don't want my prediction to not come true, of course, you know. I want to give my prediction the best chance possible for it coming true. And again, that said, I'm a BADR HARI fan. I'm not an Overeem fan. This is not a hate video on BADR HARI. I really hope BADR HARI starts winning. I hope he switches trainers. I hope he gets at least more trainers, or does a camp in the US, or a camp in Thailand, or even a Mexican boxing camp in Mexico, or a damn camp like what's the other kickboxer, the one you like, that went to America and trained with Mayweather? The one you follow?
Yeah, Nicky Holskin.
Nicky Holskin. He went and trained with Mayweather. He trained boxing over there. BADR HARI needs to do something like this, man. You know, he needs to get out of the comfort zone of knockout or get knocked out, because he doesn't have the knockout power anymore. You're gonna try that shit with someone who has knockout power, or someone who's a counter fighter, or someone who's gone past the Dutch ABC, we call it here. Basics: jab, low kick, cross, left leg kick, jab, cross, hook, low kick, jab, cross, hook, high kick, jab, cross, uppercut, high kick, middle kick, or low kick. What's BADR HARI? Other than that, it's the swinging around all crazy thing that he does, and he disregards his defense. You know, if I knew BADR HARI had some kind of different strategy, I would be making a different kind of prediction video. But they're kind of honest. He's kind of honest about things. You know, he just straight up says, "Oh no, we don't have a game plan." A game plan, he said last time. We don't have a game plan. We're just gonna do what we did last time. We didn't do nothing wrong. It was just bad luck. Blah 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 blah. All of these type of things, right? So yeah, I would keep chatting with you guys, but I'm running out of battery. So just press close first, and then you can press the other side. Hold it, yeah. So that'll be it for this video, guys. So the next video, catch you later, and expect a prediction video, and I mean a breakdown video after the fight. This was the prediction video, and to the next video, guys. 25 minutes. Catch you later.